G'day guys and welcome to Aussie English. My objective here is to teach you guys the English spoken down under. So whether you want to speak like a fair dinkum Aussie, or you just want to understand what the flippin' hell we're on about when we're having a yarn, you've come to the right place. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy Aussie English. G'day guys, welcome to this episode of Aussie English. Today is another expression, and this is an expression that I use all the time, and I've actually caught myself using it a number of times in previous episodes, so I thought that it would definitely be something that I should go over, that I should teach you, that I should show you and break down, and show you how to use it, because it is one of those more slangy expressions, but it's common everywhere now in English. I think it originated from America, and it would have been on American TV, and so it's just become popular everywhere. I'm sure people in England would know it, people in the US and Canada would know it, and it's definitely used everywhere in Australia. So the expression is to nail something. To nail something, and it's often just to nail it. You would say to nail it if you already know what it is that you're already talking about in conversation. You can say you've nailed it or to nail it. So literally, what does to nail mean? The verb to nail something is used to refer to hammering a nail, and a nail is a small, thin piece of steel or metal of some kind that you would hit with a hammer into a piece of wood quite often to sort of fasten something somewhere. So if you were building, say, a deck, which is something in front or behind of your house made of wood that you can walk on and have a barbecue on and have seats on, it's made of wood. If you are hammering the wooden pieces, the wooden planks into place, you would be hammering nails, you would be nailing it down, you would be hammering nails through the wood and fastening the wood there. So that's to nail. Literally, to nail something is to hit a nail through it. So you can nail a sign to a post, or you could say that Jesus was nailed to the cross. They hammered nails through his hands and his feet into the cross to fasten him to the cross. So that's to nail. However, figuratively, I would use it more often in a figurative sense because it's just something I would say quite often when I use the word nail. And if you nail something or you nail it in a figurative sense, it means that you have completed a task successfully, perfectly, impressively, or you've gotten something correct. You've gotten something right. So what do I mean by this? I'll run you through a few examples. So for example, you've just had an exam and you've come out of the exam and you say to your friends, I think I did really well. I've answered all the questions. I felt like I knew every single thing that the exam was asking, and I had enough time. I did really well. I finished ahead of time. I left. I feel like I nailed it. I feel like I nailed the exam. I nailed it. And that would mean that you felt like you did incredibly well, almost too well, that you're going to get a really, really high score. It was too easy. You nailed it. Another example could be that a teacher asks a student a question in the classroom and the student answers the question perfectly. It's a maths question, for example, and they give the exact answer. The teacher could say, "Well done" to the student. You nailed it. You nailed the question. You got the question correct. It was perfect. You were successful. You nailed it. Another example could be that you're learning how to pronounce a word, and I think this is where I've used this many other times in the podcast when I'm talking about pronunciation. You're trying to sort of perfect or to successfully pronounce a word in a foreign language, say Australian English or English. You could say the process of trying to get the pronunciation perfect is something that you are trying to nail. So you're trying to nail the pronunciation, which means that you're trying to get the pronunciation perfect. You're trying to do it incredibly well. And you could also say that once you get the pronunciation correct, and you get it correct every time, that you've nailed it. You nailed the pronunciation. So you're trying to nail the pronunciation, you're trying to learn the pronunciation, you're trying to get it right, and then when you do get it right, and you get it right every time, you could say then, I've nailed it. It's too easy, I've nailed it. One last example could be that someone is auditioning for a part as an actor, say in a big film, say Game of Thrones, say a new blockbuster that's coming out next year in Hollywood. They go in, they do the audition, but they come out and they don't feel like they did very well. So they don't think that they'll get the part. So they could come out and they could say to their friends and families, unfortunately, I don't think I nailed the audition. So you can use it in that opposite respect. You can either nail something or you can not nail something. So you can say, I don't think I nailed it. I don't think I did very well. I don't think I did it perfectly. I don't think I was successful. I don't think I nailed the audition. So now let's do some exercises just to practice our pronunciation, guys. And I'll just run through the phrase to nail it 5 times for you. And then I'll run through the conjugation of the past tense, I nailed it, through all the different pronouns. To nail it. 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 To nail something. 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 I nailed it. You nailed it. He nailed it. She nailed it. We nailed it. They nailed it. So that's the episode for today, guys. See if you can listen multiple times and see if you can nail the use of the expression to nail something or to nail it, and then practice the pronunciation and see if you can nail the pronunciation of to nail it or to nail something, and try and nail the conjugation. So hopefully I've used the phrase to nail enough times that you will definitely remember it and definitely understand it in the future when you hear it. And hopefully you'll nail it in the future and use it yourself when you're speaking English. All the best, guys, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening to the Aussie English podcast, guys. If you haven't already, please come and join the community on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the Aussie English podcast, where I make daily posts about anything and everything related to Australia. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, then please leave a review on iTunes or Stitcher or whichever platform you're listening to it through, as it'll help the podcast grow. Thanks again, guys, and enjoy your day.